Have you ever found yourself in something that, well, it feels like a relationship, but it just isn't? You're going on dates, you're talking all the time, you're super close, but if anyone asks, so what are you two? Total silence. Well, today, let's unpack this modern dating mystery, the situationship. And this, right here, this is the heart of it, isn't it? It's this bizarre paradox so many of us have lived through. You've got all the pieces of a partnership, the inside jokes, the late night talks, the intimacy, but you have absolutely none of the security that comes with it. And that contradiction is what makes it so incredibly frustrating. So, what is this almost relationship really? Let's call it the undefined space, and we're going to break down exactly what it feels like to be stuck there. I mean, this just nails it. It's that weird in-between zone. You have definitely crossed the line from just being friends. There's an intimacy there that's way beyond platonic. But you haven't quite made it to the official, committed relationship either. You're just kind of floating in this foggy, ambiguous ocean right in the middle. Okay, so here's the more formal definition for you, and I want you to pay close attention to that last part. Without the promise of a future. That is the absolute key. It's a connection that only exists right now, in the present, with a giant blurry question mark hanging over tomorrow. And what's so powerful here is how this chart lays it all out. On the left, you've got all the things that make you feel like you're in a couple. It looks the part, right? But then you look at the right side and you see all the critical things that are missing. No labels, no talking about the future, no real commitment. It's basically a perfect recipe for confusion. Living in that gap between how things look and what they actually are, it's more than just confusing. It can really start to take a serious toll on you emotionally. So what's the deal? Why is not having a label so deeply unsettling for us? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. As human beings, we are just wired to want clarity. We want to feel secure. And ambiguity, especially when it comes to our closest connections, feels like a direct threat to our emotional safety. And this right here, this is the real cost. You find yourself rereading texts over and over, analyzing every single little interaction. There's this constant low-level hum of anxiety. You're always second-guessing yourself. Oh, did I say too much? Was that too needy? It is exhausting, and it keeps your emotions stuck in this perpetual limbo. So if it feels this bad, why do people stay in these things? Well, a lot of the time it's because of a very specific, very sneaky dynamic that keeps a little bit of hope alive, even when it probably shouldn't be. You have got to know this term, breadcrumbing. This is the key to why situationships can drag on for so long. It's not about actually building something real. It's about maintaining your interest with the absolute bare minimum amount of effort, just enough to keep you from walking away for good. And this cycle, wow, it is so powerful. First, they pull back, they go silent. And that's when your anxiety spikes. You start questioning everything. And then, just when you're about to give up, bam, you get a crumb, a super low effort hey text or a reply to your Instagram story. And you feel this massive wave of relief. That relief is addictive and it hooks you right back into this emotional roller coaster. This just says it all, doesn't it? When you've been starved for real affection, for real certainty, the smallest little piece of attention can feel absolutely monumental. You start to overvalue these tiny gestures because you're so desperately hoping they mean something more, even when all the other evidence is telling you they don't. Okay, so you're stuck in this confusing space. You're surviving on these little crumbs of attention. It can make you feel completely powerless. But here is the most important part of this whole thing. You are not powerless. It's about choosing your path forward. Think about it like this. You're trying to climb a ladder to get somewhere, right? But the other person has just gone and removed all the next rungs. You literally can't move forward. The path to commitment is broken. So you can either stay on that bottom rung forever, hoping they'll fix it, or you can decide to get off that ladder entirely. At the end of the day, how many people's needs are you truly in control of? Just one, yours. That's it. You can't make someone else want commitment. You can't force them to define things. But you can 100% honor your own need for clarity and for security. So what's the game plan? Well, it starts with these steps. First, you have to stop making excuses for the situation and just call it what it is, ambiguous. Then ask yourself, honestly, is this actually making me happy? Are my needs being met? Then comes the hard part.
You have to communicate what you want. And you have to be prepared to walk away if you don't get the answer you need. Because sometimes the only way to find certainty is to leave uncertainty behind.
And that's really what it all boils down to. That situationship can feel weirdly comfortable, it's familiar, even if it's painful. But real peace of mind and the chance to find a relationship that's actually fulfilling, that's almost always on the other side of that comfort zone. The choice, ultimately, is always yours.